Gulch review is called Curtains, and it's a mini story, a short, about a paragraph long, and it's part of a series that has to do with the same character. So I thought I'd read a few excerpts from that series for you tonight. The first is called Aqueduct. I lived by apple orchards, filling a small valley between hills of oak trees. There was a cement aqueduct running in front of our house and under the road. It separated the orchards from us. Sometimes drunk drivers would crash down into it, their cars getting stuck between the two cement walls, broken glass scattering to the bottom. Once my sister and I ran out to the driver, a drunk man saying, "Don't call the cops, it's all right. I just need to call my dad. I just need him to pull me out. I'm fine, I'm fine." During storms, the water level spilled over the edge and rushed like a creek, overflowing with the color of dirt. The sound became a natural background to the day. In the summer, it was dry, and we'd climb down into it and walk in it. On either side of us, the brown ivy hanging dead along its walls. The glass from the car gone, washed away. Beer bottles resting down there, filled with dried mud, their brown glass smoothed from the previous winter. Trumpet. My dad calls. "What's wrong?" he asks. "I don't know," I say. "I don't think it's working." "You want to come home?" he asks. "I don't know," I say. "I don't have any friends here. Nothing's going my way." "Wait, hold on, son. Can I call you back? I have a customer here. I'm the only one working today," he says. We hang up. I stare out the window. There's a fence separating the two side yards, and then there's just the wall of the house next door. No light, no plants, empty. The phone rings. "I'm sorry, son," he says. "It will get better for you." "I guess," I say. "Remember when I used to hum to you when you were a baby?" "No, Dad." "I used to hum to you and hold you in my arms until you fell asleep. Now you live up in the city," he says. I can't believe it. "Okay, Dad," I say. "I have another customer. I'll call you back." I look out the window again. There's a snail inching its way up the fence, with its dark brown shell, antennas poised, a transparent trail behind it marking its passage. After a few minutes, the phone rings. "Okay, son," he says. "This is a song called 'Can't Help Falling in Love' by Elvis Presley. Ready?" "What are you doing, Dad?" "It's okay, no one's in the store." I hear the thud of him putting the phone down. My dad hums, and for a moment I'm afraid he'll sing. Then comes the smooth ringing of his trumpet, a deep brassy bellow, the sound reaching for a harmony but fading away alone. I'm struck with memories of him playing when I was a little boy, and I remember the feel of the brass, running my hands over its cold surface, and how the instrument was warm after he'd been playing. He accelerates the song, pitching high and then slowing, falling low. I see him sitting there in the mattress store he manages, alone, sitting on one of the display beds near the phone, playing his trumpet, eyes closed, his shirt and tie loose, the music reverberating off the high ceiling and glass doors, cheeks puffed out, blowing, tapping those three valves. I see him tapping his dress shoe on the floor. 1, 2, 3. The sound begins to fade as he holds one last note. I find myself on the floor of my room, my hand locked on the phone, not wanting to let go. That was from Blue Hawaii, he says. Curtains. Among the sounds of rain, a shopping cart rattles against the cracks in the sidewalk. I open the living room curtains. A few driveways down, a woman pushes a cart. She stops to sit under a tree and then looks at the gray sky. She wears a mixture of discolored parkas and blankets. Her shopping cart is full of glass and plastic bottles, cans and cartons. The rain shifts to drizzle. She stands and walks to the closet, to the closest garbage can. Black and blue, side by side, the cans line our street all the way down. She walks slowly, rummaging with care, the water collecting on her outermost black parka and running off, steam pluming from her mouth like smoke. Across the street, the neighbor opens his curtains. He watches the bag lady and crosses his arms. He moves away from the window and comes back with a phone to his ear. The woman looks up at the sky, a glass bottle in her hand. She places it in the cart. The streetlights turn on, but it's not fully dark yet. The neighbor still watches her, and then he leaves his window. After a while, a police car drives onto the street. Just as the woman makes it to my garbage cans, the police car comes to a stop. 2 police get out. They move their mouths, their hands at her. The neighbor returns, looks for a moment, and then closes his curtains. The woman walks slowly away from the garbage cans. She removes her hood. Her hair is in one braid, gray. Big drops begin to fall. The air thickens. Now it's pouring. The police stand there, hands in their belts. She twists her head up and glares at me. Water collects on her thick eyebrows, drips from her big nose. Her face is wrinkled, derailed. I close my curtains. The room is dark. The curtains are dappled with faint shadows cast by the streetlights. Shadows of raindrops rolling down the window, some lingering there, like phantoms, and then falling away. This last one I wasn't going to read, but short, and it's dedicated to 3 friends I have in the audience tonight, Chris, Patrick, and Sadie. This is a story I wrote, I feel, really from my heart and soul. So this is for you 3. It's called Des Moines. When driving through Iowa's flat, long plains and high-ceiling skies, we came across a burger joint. It's called the Best Burger in Iowa. We ordered 4, 1 for each of us, and happily munched them in our car parked by an old farmhouse. A fence with covered wagon wheels leaning up against it went along the place, cutting through the high grass. Later, I barfed the Best Burger in Iowa out the window of the moving car as we passed through Des Moines. Some of the burger blew in the wind and chased itself in liquid streams around islands of chunk stuck to the side of the rental car. Thank you.